Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to PCM22 Dragons, episode 26. Spring Classics means a lot of bad weather, but a lot of bad weather does not mean bad race day condition. And even though there's a lot of green on the team, this is a -7 race day condition for us, as Gunai is trying to return to his position here with 72 kilometers to go at the Flesh Walon. I came prepared for this one. Every single one of these riders has an objective for it. Our expected was a +2 across the board for each and every rider. So a -5 draw for Alpasov is the major component for the overall minus net 7 for the team. But yeah, it could have been a lot better draw than what we ended up getting, because literally out of the entire team, only a single rider, Locke, has even picked up a +1 compared to their expected race day condition, with 4 riders picking up negatives, including that -5 for Alpasov. And, the only positive being a +1 just hurts our chances a lot with a pretty challenging Murdahui final climb on this one that we're going to hit 3 times. We just hit for the first time, and we're going to have to start increasing the effort. And we're going to have to go get Gunai to get water for the final time for this race. Decent team here, but I don't know how well we're going to do without anybody having those +4s, +5s. That would probably be necessary for a team such as ours to properly be competitive at this race. But we'll give it a go. It's certainly not impossible for us to get into the top 10 here, but it's going to be challenging, as the field is full of riders with 80 mountain and 80 hills ratings, and we don't have any of those. So see what we can do. 35k to go. For now, we're hanging on. Alpasov, let's go ahead and use his gel. Peloton is shrinking. The breakaway still has a 2.5 minute advantage. They have a chance. They definitely have a chance here. And the Peloton has split, now just 79 riders. Yamamoto, Ahmad, let's go guys. Up, up, up. Here you go, Murdahui, second of 3 times, and you're seeing your first big acceleration of about 7-8 riders trying to escape and not succeeding in doing so, but it has split the Peloton behind with now just 66 left. And Alpasov is done. He's about to get dropped here. For now, he's hanging on, but let's go ahead and switch Gunai to protecting Locke. And there is Alpasov finally out the back with 61 left, and a good 10 riders at the back of that are definitely struggling. And increase this to an 87. Ahmad Gel. Here's the next acceleration. 3 riders, 4 riders, 6 riders. Who is going to answer? Nobody's answering right now. Now there's an answer to chase those guys down. We are not a strong enough team to be involved in chases. Almost back together. There's still at least 1 rider who is off the front. Yeah, look how tired we are. Look how tired we are. This is not the kind of team to be going, hey, let's attack, or let's be the team to respond to an attack. But we are a team to respond with 10k to go and have our go. So Locke, follow Yamamoto, and then we will follow Noah and Kang and Gunai, just because they are the ones that have a little bit left in the tank, and pretty much in that order. So Gunai, bring us to the front of this group of 32 if you can. You look like you're about to get dropped by this group of 32 instead of bringing us to the front. 8k to go. There are still 5 riders away. How much of that was breakaway and how much of that was anybody who tried to attack? Van Barl is off the front. I think he's the one who escaped. Kang is done. On to Brandon No. It's now 42 chasing those front 5, and we're about to reel in 3 of them. And all that's left is the Murdahui. No to lead us out in preparation for that. Let's take a second and get these guys all set. So with Kang, Healy has been dropped. Toynes, Martinez, Kosnefroy, a lot of really good riders are out the back. Vlasov is, but they're not getting the separation. It's giving them still contact here, which is unfortunate for us because the reality is they shouldn't be. But here's Brandon No now with just a little bit in the tank, chasing 2 riders, Colbrelli, and I'm assuming, oh no, it's not, it's Garcia. Okay, Yamamoto at the base, setting up lock, and here it is, the Murdahui, a 96 for him, now a 99, and these guys are already attacking. 1K to go. Yamamoto putting in the effort for Locke, and Locke is going to give me what he can, and he's going to attack well over the top, and he's in the mix. We are going to get a top 10, but Locke is out of red bar, not quite able to finish the job, but hey, great result. Alaphilippe, Michelin, Little, Schachman, Utjabrooks, Locke gets 7th. Top 10 is excellent. Yamamoto will get 11th as well. And the overall race favorite, Charmig. Charmig has come out of nowhere to be a guy with 80s plus. He was the second favorite overall, and is the reason why that was considered the front group. 4 more riders behind. But hey, we got a 7th and an 11th in this race. That is a fantastic result for us. It's Liège, Bastogne, Liège, LBL, and I've already had 3 crashes in this race, independent riders each time, along with some others in the field that were not from our team. But 3 crashes, all 3 guys have been able to get back into the group and continue on, but we are getting into the serious portion of this race now for real. One of those was Brandon No, and that's why he's still set to an 85. The others, they're okay. Yamamoto and Hamad was the other one. Hamad just recently getting back, so you can see Hamad is actually still quite tired and not recovered, and that will hurt him, but hopefully he'll get a little bit of recovery on this descent, as we just took the highest point of the day in terms of altitude, but a lot of undulation the rest of the way on this one, and 86k left to go. We'll need to get water one last time on this one. Breakaway has a near 3-minute advantage with just 6 riders out there. But if we thought the draw was bad on the last one, it's worse on this one. We were a -5 last time. We're a -9 this time. It's only 2 days after the other race, Flèche Wallonne, and so we had objectives again on this for every single rider, and every single rider was expecting a +2, and for the second time in a row, we've had a -5 draw, this time going to Locke, who took the top 10 the other day, and this time Hamad also having a big negative draw with a -3 compared to what was expected for him. And we're down to just 46 riders. It's yo-yoing, but the peloton is definitely shrinking one way or another. And the breakaway is down to a 1.5 minute lead, but they are being joined by a couple powerhouses, so let's hope that they don't suddenly get an advantage that can definitely be hung on to. Let's go ahead and kind of reset what we're doing here to an 81 now, and after we get, or just about to the top of this climb, we'll send somebody who has enough energy left, like a Terraskin, to go grab water. Good. Okay, water's done for the day. 48k to go. Not much recovery on that descent. I expected some. And more riders are attacking. This is starting to make me nervous that there's too many guys going forward. There's going to be too many guys from too many teams, and we're not going to be able to follow this. 46k is way too far to sprint trade. putting guys on the front that have no energy are going to be out of energy in just a few K. I don't have a choice here. We have to put our foot down and kind of go for this. 81, yeah. Alpasov. How about King? We're going to put King in between with Yamamoto leading them out, and then no. Okay, lock is done already. And it's still 43K to go, but in terms of the hills, right, there's really only a few left and a couple minor hills. Peloton's at 101, but guaranteed we are going to split things off quite soon. But Taraskin's already done. But that was the whole point with those guys. It was they weren't going to last long. And we make contact with the big group. Now there's just 4 riders left off the front. Taraskin out of energy, but Brandon No can sit on from here. And we're seeing another attempted attack, so Brandon No is going to have to respond. These 4 guys are going to be left hung out to dry here on the roulette. Okay, again, the acceleration is neutralized. Brandon, no, just improve your position a little bit here, please. And we're down to a group of 22 at the moment. Alpasov, are you still in the group? Just about. That's it. 22 riders here. And we have 4 of them. This is suddenly looking really good. Still 4 off the front, but they're not much further up there anymore. We're looking at 1 left on the attack. No, Van Mechelen and Foss. Those are leaders and going for it. And we sit up for a second, and the next group makes contact, and then Pienter blocks me off as I'm trying to chase. Alpasov still, he's made it back in contact. There we go. It's all together. 47 now. Brandon, no, sit up. Again, we don't want to be on the attack. We just want to respond. Let's gel with you. Alpasov does not have much left in the tank. Let's switch it up. Who can sprint? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Brandon, no. Brandon, no is our best sprinter. Let's go. Here's another attack and another. Pogacar blocks me twice. Sweeps across right to left and then sweeps across left to right on us. And Alpasov again. Brandon is done. Alpasov putting his foot down, but Yamamoto and King will be able to catch him because they have the red bar. 39 chasing 2. I'm proud of the fact that we've still got 3 guys in this thing with only 1 climb left to go, and Alpasov finally brings us back forward, and Yamamoto and King. Yamamoto doesn't have much, but King's got something left. Can back off a little bit, as I feel like we are a little overcommitted at the moment, but we're in the brilliant position entering the final climb. Alpasov leading it out. Okay, red bar's gone, but he's got that little bit left in the tank. Okay, on to Yamamoto. No, recovered. This is going to split the pack, and Yamamoto's going to get over the top, almost. 33 riders. That's the last climb. You hit the top here, you're done. It's just a matter of hanging on. Ah, there's the front 10, and Kang's got nothing left in the tank. Nope, too late to try to conserve something. He's going to be at the back of this group. So close to a top 10. Thought we had it, but Kang just not enough. Not strong enough. 79 mountain, not quite enough. Anybody has that little bit extra race day condition, and we're going to finish significantly higher. But now we're going to be struggling to finish in the top 15 here. But maybe, just maybe, on this descent, that little ounce of recovery can get him something. It'd be really nice if we also make contact, and we do make contact. 4K to go, and Kang is getting that little bit of recovery, but not a sprinter. So, good luck to us. 3K coming forward for that final push, for that final sprint. Now 2.5, inching forward, 2K. Not in a bad position here, but oh no, the energy. Man, come on, Kang. He should have had, that shouldn't have hurt like that. Look at that flat rating. That's why it hurt. Oh man, Kang just plummeted fast. I did not look at his flat rating, and that is exactly why. The stamina was good, the mountain was everything. Not a sprinter, but this flat out came down to him having an atrocious flat rating, because when I tried to move up the position, his energy just drained so rapid. Right off the bat, that comes down simply to him not having a flat rating, and that is why we literally finished last in the group. If he had a 75 flat rating, he still has energy to sprint. He has a 75 flat rating. He was 8th position and could have had a top 10. With a 68 flat rating, I burnt through whatever energy he had left there, trying to move up from 22nd position to 8th position to have a better chance, because he's a weak sprinter. But he's got enough acceleration, enough sprint. We would have beat some guys. If I sat on, we're not finishing in the top 10, 100% for sure, but it wouldn't have been 25th. Picking up with Eschborn Frankfurt, and a little bit of a disaster that just came on very suddenly in the last handful of kilometers and has gotten out of hand in a very quick manner. So here's the situation. If you look down at the mini-map, first climb of the day, no problem, no stress, no pace. Everybody got over quite casually. Second climb of the day, same thing. Absolutely no problem, no pace. As we entered the third climb of the day, there was still no pace. But partway up that climb, the pace suddenly picked up quite significantly, and over the top half of the climb, our guys started to drift back. Now, being that this is a flat finish, I brought a sprint team to this race. But unfortunately, we have some pretty poor race day conditions. Schechter on a -3 when he should have 0. Lieberman was expected to have a -2, but he also has a negative draw, and No has a negative draw. And the only positive draw on the entire team is Chu. And you can see Chu is right at the front of the peloton. That's a couple minutes behind the 5-man break. Now we've got 2 hills coming up. But that acceleration over the top caused guys to drift towards the back, but it was no problem. We went over the top, and the entire peloton was intact without issue. I increased effort quite a bit to the guy who had drifted the most, which is, of course, that -3, a 59 mountain for Schechter. I upped his effort to about an 85, 86 at that point, and we hit this second little climb. Short, sweet. You can see this is probably 15 kilometers ago. That's it. That's all the ground that we have covered since then. But over that secondary short, steep climb, despite the increased effort level, Schechter, who was near the back of the peloton, he was still intact. He was still in contact. He got distanced, along with others. I immediately switched from Schechter to Reddy, put Reddy into ride mode, and he's had some support from the other guys that are with us. Other groups, as that climb went on, also were distanced, and all of a sudden, in 15 kilometers with an 89 effort level, Schechter has lost 3 minutes. I instantly, before we even hit the top of that climb, seeing that the separation had occurred, told Taraskin to drop back. So far, Taraskin has only fallen just barely out of the peloton and is still on his way back. I paused, started the recording to give you the update on where we are at in terms of record time. It's been a few days. I had dossiers to do. Let me update you on that one real quick. So far, I have just 3 dossiers, and that is Scheckter, that is Lieberman, and that is Dye. Those 3 all try to get back have eaten up 30 dossier points. All of them were in the 15 to 30% low yellow range. Hopefully we can get those guys up to 100% as we move on. I have a 4th one in Brandon No, who's also on an expiring contract, so all 4 of those guys in the team today that I will spend an additional 4 or 5 dossier points on to bring him from that 15 to 30% range all the way up. So all 4 guys have fallen into the mildly interested in re-signing, and hopefully we can get them all re-signed. But after that, there's not going to be a lot of money for additional signings. I'll look for just 1 or 2 additional guys. I've already got those targets in place. They are at 100%, so they'll be easy choices on the addition. But hopefully we can afford to re-sign the 4 and, you know, be able to sign on a couple of new guys to the team. But anyway, let's see if we can fix this mess. Let's see if we can get Scheckter back in. But at this rate, losing 3 minutes in 15K with effort. I mean, Reddy was, you know, here, and he's already gone that deep in just about 15K of trying to chase. But here's the thing. If we look visually, here's a group of 20 that we were, you know, 2 bike lengths behind when just before the top. But then also they lost contact as well. And then there's Terraskid just coming out of the group. It's still rather close. It is still rather close. But it's all about Scheckter. I mean, Scheckter is the only one who's got a chance of succeeding here. Dye's not winning anything. I'm going to leave Dye with Lieberman in place. You can see he's drifted and is starting to come back. But I'm going to bring back Chu and No. And then Terraskin's already almost back there. So I'll have 4 guys to help support Scheckter, and we'll see if we can bring him forward. But let's go ahead and ride with Terraskin as he is waiting for those 2. I think I need to up the effort with Reddy as we are chasing. The other guys are just not providing enough support. Making contact with those 22 could help. I'm bringing it back together. We've got 2 little hills left. I mean, they're not that far ahead. They are not that far ahead, but it's going to take a mighty team effort as Terraskin is now in the group. Take him a moment to get up to speed, but there you go as you round that corner. Now there are 2 guys helping Scheckter out. Scheckter has plenty of energy. It was just a matter of a very, very sudden, heavy acceleration that seemed fine because it was like, oh, you know, we're okay. We're just towards the back end of the peloton. But then it was just that little short extra climb that suddenly split the field. But here is Chu and No. I'm going to have Chu still not in contact. There we go. Now they're in contact. I'm going to have Chu get ahead of Scheckter in the line. It's going to help protect Scheckter. It's going to help protect Chu for a little while. And we will focus on the other 3 leading this chase. They are almost back in place here. I think we've got a pretty decent chance of actually getting back up there. So we have bridged. It still doesn't have us in contact. Now we are finally in contact. Oh, no. Ready. Out of energy. These 2. Ready. Ride as hard as you can. Wait for them. There you go. And here they go again. They're not waiting. Ready. Chu. Close that gap. Again, it splits. We gotta watch Scheckter, though. This is back in contact with the peloton, by the way, for the moment. So Reddy runs out of energy, and then they completely take their foot off the gas. We had made contact. And Scheckter does not have a lot left for that last climb. But no, and Terraskin now trying to do the work. Also, I need to get water here. Ready can take care of that. Meanwhile, back up here, Dai is hanging in there. Put him in at 80. And he and Lieberman are all that's left. We're now further away than we were before. All because of that momentary lapse with Ready. No is almost out of energy. Let's put... Yeah, that does not look like a 92 ever. I mean, that they are... Ready is barely riding here. Taraskin's going to be kind of the lone man. He'll get help from Chu, though. I will absolutely commit Chu to this. We are getting some help here. Schechter still has some energy left. And we're over the top. That's the final climb. But we are 4 minutes behind, technically. It's all spread out, and there's groups in between that can, help us. Let's push a little bit harder. Let's bridge the gap to these 10 at least. Meanwhile, Lieberman and Dai don't have much left in the tank and need water. There's only 66 left in the peloton. And as is always the case, the AI, when they smell blood, oh man, do they destroy the peloton to get that blood. And that is, of course, Schechter losing contact. He is one of the favorites for the race. So they are more than happy to destroy anything and everything. As Brandon and Reddy's riding on the front with no energy, and yet these two can't get through. They keep getting blocked off by the other guys. Finally, Brandon O comes through. And this is now considered the peloton. There must be another sprinter here besides Schechter. 23k to go. Okay, Lieberman got dropped, but Dai did not. But Dai has very little left in the tank with 18k. And there's now 35, so the field has split again. They finally catch the breakaway, so there's 39. But Lieberman, there's no point hanging here. You might as well wait for this rider and try to pull him back. What's going on with Terraskin? He's never on the front here. Ready and No keep working so hard, and Terraskin never is taking turns. Is his flat rating really that bad? 17k to go. It ain't happening. We sent Lieberman. Did I send Lieberman to get water? Is that why he got dropped? 10k to go. And Dai has no energy. We are not getting points today, folks. We are not going to get points today. That's clear. 8k to go, and Dai is about to, DIE version of Dai. Right at the back of the group. Lieberman finally makes it back here. Dai 2.8. Okay, No's out of energy. On to Lieberman. So full 99. 2.3, and yeah, he's just trying to follow and not, he's out of energy. Way at the back of the group. No point. It's over. Pivy takes the win. One of my career mode was one of my career mode guys. There's definitely some good sprinters in the field, so I don't know how they saw us as a favorite, but yeah, that was 100% without a doubt a situation where you had the field deciding that they didn't want Schechter in the group and just going absolute full send. Schechter's -3 was the primary cause of that. not bad tactics or anything. That's just a poor race day condition on a guy who's not a good climber to begin with. He's got a 61 mountain to begin with. So, not our day. Can't expect them all to be. Our team is, just eking our way into Continental Pro. If he's got a 0 race day condition, that situation didn't happen. But again, that it was kind of a freak chance because he didn't drop out on the climb. And he was at the front at the start of the climb. So it all happened quite quickly, quite suddenly. I caught it before it had ever fully happened. I mean, we upped the effort while he was still in the group. He just couldn't keep up as the acceleration was quite sudden. Schechter currently sits 52nd in the Super Prestige rankings as our highest placed guy. Locke is 100th with 218. So we still very much have a couple guys in the mix. Yamamoto at 138 is probably a bit too low right now to boost Japan again as he did the last year. Kang at 147th is also probably a little too low to change things, but we definitely have 2 guys in play, maybe 4 guys in play that could impact the rankings this year. It's just now the 1st of May, so we've got a long ways to go yet. It's going to take more than what we've done so far, I think. But Schechter looking pretty good to, maybe get that kind of boost. The thing is, when you're a top nation, finishing the top 100 doesn't mean much. But when you're one of the bottom nations, it does. So there's a pretty good chance that we can get somebody this year to create a boost. And, hey, we're certainly not off to a bad start. But I think we need some of those lower level races. But our problem is we're a team with no reputation that can't get the HC. We can't get those invites. We're getting invites to races, World Tour races, that aren't on our level. We're a bit too low for those. And so we're not really getting the results, and we're getting some points, but we're not getting as many points as we could if we were doing the HC races, where we could definitely pull in some results. So it's a weird place to be. Or you could just go and totally dominate Continental, and that would be a way to do it. But that's a lot of races to get in to try to dominate those and to pick those instead. So kind of a weird spot on which one to do. If we managed every single race, all those Continental races, and managed those particular riders in those races instead of putting them in the bigger races, we'd probably have a lot more wins, and it would ultimately probably add up to more points, but it would make for a very, very long season, and we're not at that point where we really want to be committing to that kind of stuff just yet. We're still trying to grow and develop, and I don't know. I'd like to be doing the HC races. That's the big miss this season, is that we only have a few of those on the calendar. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.